most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical
Because
therapist.
we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Is anterior pelvic tilt causing your back pain? This is really a popular subject, Brad, and I think, I'm sorry to say, but in my opinion, a lot of the people out there doing the videos are just absolutely wrong. I'm going to try to defend my argument today.
Right. Well, Bob, you've been around for a while. You've earned the right to say what you want.
That's right, even if it's completely false. But if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, join us on our social media channels, because if you do, we're going to give you some positive vibes.
There you go.
Remember we used to do that? We used to say that all the time. But we're also going to do a giveaway. We're going to give away the pelvic rocker, which actually can help you with an anterior pelvic tilt.
Right. That's a nice deal.
Yeah, and go to bobandbrad.com and go to the giveaway section, or go to official. We got official Bob and Brad for Instagram. We got Bob and Brad on Facebook.
Right.
This will be pinned to the top of the page.
Pinned to the top.
All right, so this is it. You know, what is pelvic tilt? Let's first talk about that, Brad. Want to show on the pelvis here what we're talking?
So if we look at the spine, the pelvis obvious is here. We got the ilium.
Yeah.
But anyways, if you anterior tilt, the spine goes like this. So that's your buttocks kind of sticks out. And if you go the other direction, there's neutral and then there's posterior tilt.
Now, what we can tell as therapists, there's a little bony bump here and there's a bony bump here. I can find it right on me here.
Yep.
And if that front bump is lower than the back bump, you got an anterior pelvic tilt, right, Brad? You want to show it on here?
Yep. So they call it the ASIS, the PSIS in the therapy world. So you can easily palpate or feel where those are, and you can tell if this motion is going on.
So the idea is that if you've got an anterior pelvic tilt, you're jamming all the bones together, and that's going to give you back pain. The fact is, most people are not doing that. That's not what is happening. That's what's happening. What they're doing is, so I'm going to show you right here. Do I look level right now, Brad?
You are one level guy. You're level-headed too.
So we're
looking at his pelvis.
What more people are doing, more often than not, they're not doing this.
Now that's an anterior tilt.
That's an anterior pelvic tilt.
You can see how his buttock sticks out a little bit there in the pelvis.
What they're doing is they're doing what we call a sway back. They lock their knees and they bring they're hanging on their ligaments here, Brad, is what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And look at my pelvis is still level, isn't it?
Right. So we've got that. It's not tilted forward.
Right.
It's the trunk.
The trunk, back. And so it makes it look like I have a pelvic tilt, don't I? Because it looks like I got a sway back. A big arch in my back.
Right. It's not so much, but if we cover that up, then it's like, oh, yeah, he's pelvic tilted, but it's a little deceiving.
Yeah, the problem with this is when you're in this position, this part, your mid-back, is rounded out, and that will give you pain over time. An anterior pelvic tilt, I don't know that it'll even give you pain.
Well, it depends on the extreme.
Yeah, I suppose if you jam it for a long time, maybe it would, but my theory is that most of you who think you have anterior pelvic tilt actually are like this. You're swaying back. So what happens is, Brad, do you mind if I show on you?
Oh, no.
Normally, if you have low back pain or low back problems, the pain goes down into your butt or legs.
Yeah. It transfers or,
refers.
Refers, that's a term.
If you have pain or problems from your mid-back, which is what this would cause, it'll go into your low back. So everybody goes, I'm having low back pain. I almost always start looking up here when I hear that, because that's usually the case. So what we instead of trying to, create a posterior tilt, all I want you to do, so you're standing like this normally.
Yep.
I'm going to have you unlock your knees.
So slightly
bend your knees and stagger your knees. And then slightly bring your shoulders forward. And that's going to put you in good posture. Do you know what I mean? You can't hang on your ligaments here. You're kind of in an active athletic posture.
Sure.
Instead of
you'll feel the weight shift to your front foot versus, back here you're on your back foot. And then when you correct, it's towards your front or actually evened out.
So forget about this false anterior pelvic tilt. Most of you don't even have it.
Bob, we're going to get comments.
I know we're not. I know we're only, bring them on. We'll take you on. But this is based upon 500 years of experience between the two of us, right?
And did you color your hair? Because it used to be gray last week.
Yeah, it was falling out and it was gray, and now I patched them in, and we're back into.
It's yeah. Anyways, he's old.
Remember, Brad and I can fix just about anything.
I can't even finish, Bob, except for a broken heart.
What we're working on. Why can't you finish? What's wrong with you?